Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Denise, aka Denise Reads. We're gonna talk about my top books that I read for this year. It was actually quite less, if I'm not, I think, certain. 12 books that were 5 stars, which is insane. But then considering I didn't read as much this year as I did last year, actually. So there is that. So I have 12 books. 12 books that are like 5-star material basically for me. And 2 of them are through Kindle. So, and the rest is just physical. So, we're going to get straight to it. So, the first book for January was The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. And when I tell you, I don't blame why a lot of people rated this a 5-star because it was such a phenomenal read. Seeing the female MC, go through the stuff that she goes through and having poetry her outlet when no one wants to hear her, basically. I felt that in my heart. I really felt that. So, I loved the book. I love Acevedo's writing. And I definitely want to try to get to her other books as well, because I think maybe after reading another book, she might be an auto-buy author for me. So that was for January. February was Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. This book was drama-filled, very steamy, and yet so good at the same time. Janelle and Rome also have a special place in my heart. Rome Martin, the man that you fucking are, is insane. Yeah, I love this book so much. I love Janelle as a character and who she is. And it is so unfortunate that her family are just like, how do you feel about your sister marrying your ex-boyfriend? Are you doing okay? And then when she's like, I'm literally fine, they don't fucking believe her and just give her so much issues. I'm just like, anyways, I love this book. Get you a man that will get you a private yacht so you can fucking read. There, I said it. Yeah. Needless to say, big congratulations to Natasha Bishop for the, free print of Only for the Weak, and seeing that book on in the Barnes and Noble shelves is spectacular. I need to get it in person at some point. And now we're gonna get to March, which will start the physical books. First one, Kim Jiyoung, Born 1982 by Cho-Nam. And this book is absolutely needed, especially the shit that's going on right now. This is a book that everyone, I feel like, needs to read. It's very short, but it tells the story of Kim Jiyoung from childhood all the way to adulthood, and you see a lot of issues that are talked about, and misogyny is so real. It really is. It's prominent, especially then and especially now. So, highly, highly, highly recommend this book. It's gonna get you pissed off, that's for sure, because it definitely pissed me off. But I loved it. I feel like this should be like a read especially for like college. This should be like, yeah. Love this book. The next one, and this is the last one for March. Are we surprised? No, we're not. It's This Could Be Us by Candy Ryan. Soledad and Judah have my heart. I related to Soledad in terms of trying to find yourself after bullshit happening. When Edward wouldn't catch these hands, Edward wouldn't catch these fucking hands, is all I have to say. And Judah Cross, the man that you are as well. I cried a lot throughout this book entirely, just because there are some aspects where I really felt with Soledad, and just I'm like, ooh, I can relate to that girl. So love me some Soledad, and I love the girlhood and the womanhood and just a sisterhood within this book entirely. And I cannot wait for Hendrik's book. Can't get enough. I cannot wait for that one. You have no idea how excited I am for that, because I feel like I'm going to relate to Hendrix a lot more as well. So, obviously, and I'm going to say this every single time, if Kennedy writes it, I'm reading it. 5 stars. So that was for March. And now we're going to get into May, because I did not have a 5-star in April. So May, we have 2 books, and it's the only 2 books that I read in May. Honey and Spice, Babalola, and Kiki Malachi Have My Heart. I'm very excited for the second one, even though she literally was like, we are going to break them up. How dare you? This was such a fun read. It was such a fun read. And you get to see the whole aspect of Kiki and Malachi from when they first started to, you know, when they get together and everything like that. It's the fake dating that got me as well. Listen, I think this year was just a lot of fake dating and for books, and I love it. But I really loved these 2 together. It kind of brought back some memories that I did not want to really think about, to be honest with you. But such a great book. Such a great book. I loved it. This was a 5-star for sure. And then we have Wash Day Diaries by Jamila Rouser and Robyn Smith. I read this at a time when my natural hair was out. And that in itself is a whole nother story. And I sobbed so hard. I was going to finish this in one day. But there was one scene that had me sobbing so much. And when I tell you, ooh-wee, that really, really got me. But it was with the scene of the grandmother, and when I tell you, I sobbed, because it reminded me of my grandma, and my grandma's at that, and I miss them dearly, oh so much. So that scene got emotional. I'm already getting emotional thinking about it. Ooh-wee. I love the scenes of them, you know, getting their hair done and actually seeing that process as well. So I'm going to show y'all some aspects of them, you know, with their hair, getting their hair done. Prime example, ding, 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 ding. And it's actually multiple comic strips of that. And, you know, I loved seeing that in this book. And I felt like this book would have been great for me, especially in high school, because of a lot of stuff that I went through. Ooh, I'm getting emotional, but this book really made me really try to appreciate my hair a lot more. And yeah, this was very much a 5-star because of that reason too. Oh, okay. All right, so you got me. I got emotional. That's okay. That is okay. We're gonna go straight into June. We have The Savior's Book Cafe, Story in Another World, and the story is by Oumiya and the art is by Reiko Sakurada, and it's based off the novel by Kyuka Izumi, and I'm sorry for butchering the name. This was so interesting because I was like, you know what, this sounds actually interesting, and it's very, very, very cozy. I loved the premise of this. Tsukima, you know, she's single, everything like that, and then she moves into this new world, and she owns not only her home and also a book cafe, so it's very, very cozy. And then we have the main MC. He goes to the cafe because he also loves to read, and, you know, they bond through there, but then there's more stuff that actually goes on, but this volume sets that up very good. Usually for some mangas that I read, I'm not usually the biggest fan of the female MC. I like her. I like her a lot. And I like the chemistry between the female MC and the main. male MC. It's really nice. It's really, really cute. And then you have the male MC's best friend and his bond with him as well. It's very chaotic, but I also very much love it. But then she is here because in this new world for a different reason other than just that, and cannot wait to see what goes on for the rest of this. I have been trying to find Volume 2 at my Barnes & Noble, and of course they don't have it, so I'm probably going to have to get the second volume online, so I cannot wait to continue this series. So, yeah, very excited. The next book that was also 5 stars, and that's the end of for June, is Open Water by Caleb Azumah Neilson. Congratulations for getting a film adaptation, I think, for this one, so very excited. Love the chemistry between the female and the male MC. How it's written really took me by surprise, but his writing is poetic, and I know a lot of people are probably not going to like it just because of that. Me personally, I loved it. I ate it up. And so you get to see the struggles between the male MC and the female MC, and just the way how the story was written was just beautiful. It was so beautiful. And I think I'm pretty sure there's a second book for this as well, so I definitely need to get it. So, I had a fun time. I had a great time. Then we go into July, and we have 2 as well. We have How I Met My Soulmate by Anashin, and it's about Yuki, who is a college sophomore, and she's trying desperately to find a significant other. And a lot of those times that hasn't worked except for this one person. And you get to see her, and I'm pretty sure his name is, let me see if I can find it, because it's on here, Iori. And you get to see these two, talk, be friends and everything like that. I thought this was going to be like a kind of like a love triangle, but it turned out to be like, nah, go ahead kind of thing. But I think it does end kind of like on a love triangle type of thing. So, same thing with the Savior's Book Cafe. They don't have volume 2, which I'm going to have to get online. It is what it is. But I really love this story so far, and I'm excited to see what goes on. So, very, very excited for this. Next one. This is the old cover, I know. Real by Candy Ryan. Neva and Kenan, I think, are my top couple. Like, my number 1 couple for me. What they had to endure was so much. And then this also spoke to me as a creative. I loved this book so much. It is kind of thick. So worth it, though. Absolutely worth it. Ken is the director for a new movie, which is of Desi Blue, and Neva gets, the role for it after he sees her perform on Broadway, I think. So you get to see that whole dynamic of the actress and the director type of thing. And Neva also has a chronic illness as well. I think it was lupus, if I'm not mistaken. So you get to see her go through all of that. This was a tearjerker. But one thing Miss Kennedy knows how to do is to write her stories. I'm telling you, Candy Ryan is my number 1 auto-buy author at this moment, genuinely. I love the way that she crafts her stories, not only in such a lightful, impactful way, but just also very emotionally driven too. And you get to know not only just the story of the story and the plot as a whole, but also the characters and the dynamics between certain characters and just every character in the story. I love this book so much. This is one of my top books this year. Genuinely, like my number 1 at most. When I told you, I have not stopped thinking about Kenan and Neva. I mean that. So, you kidding? Are you kidding? So, 2 Candy Ryan books in my top is actually insane. Well, it's not actually insane. It's obvious, honestly. Duh. Loved it. Loved it. And then from August to October was like no 5-star reads. And then we get to November. And my only 5-star read was All About Love by Bell Hooks. The book was mentioned in This Could Be Us. And I'm like, I have to read it. And this gave me different perspectives about love that I did not realize. Like, I knew like a sum of it. Like, I knew it wasn't just physical feeling type of thing. But there was more to it. And I loved that I read this because now it made me realize, oh shoot, there's other ways I could be a better lover. And not only just to like my significant other, but as well as like with friends and family as well. So really loved it. Very, very, very insightful. I suggest y'all read it. So get this. I'm literally trying to get the second book for this. So highly, highly recommend. And then last but not least, the one in December, and I just talked about it in my December reading wrap up. A Love Like December in Neilson. Linnea and Isaac have my heart. Another favorite couple this year. Genuinely. Like, are you kidding me? Are you genuinely kidding me? The childhood best friends to lovers. To fake dating while we're at it. I didn't even mention that. Fake dating. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I love them so much. I love the story so much. I love the characters so much. Minus 2. I forgot to mention that too. Minus 2 characters. But I absolutely adored this story. So much. And I need her to come out with another book soon. Please. I'm begging. I'm absolutely begging you. So, another 5 stars. And with that, those are the books that my top 12 books for this year. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and comment down your favorite, like your top favorite books this year. I'd like to know. Make sure you follow my social media. All of that will be in the description below. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, and Happy New Year.